Hi guys, and welcome back. So tonight I'm just going to talk about a glute exercise that was really a game changer for me, the side plank. It is a glute medius muscle strengthening exercise, and I usually would recommend this for people that does running or any type of sport where you are going to place weight on each leg individually. Why? Because glute medius is a muscle that does hip abduction. What the glute medius does is it keeps your hips straight. So if I'm going to stand on this leg and I'm going to lift up my other leg from the ground, glute medius is going to keep my hips like this. If I don't activate glute medius, this is going to happen. I'm going to have the hip fall into the side. So this is active glute medius, not active glute medius. So glute medius is going to keep your hips straight. So if you're running or you're doing a sport and you are landing on one foot at a time, it's the glute medius that's going to keep this whole upper body and the lower back spine in line. There is different variations of this exercise. So you can just start with body weight and you can gradually work it up to the weight that you desire. I like to start this exercise on the knees. I know a lot of people does their side planks on their legs, but I like to do it on my knees because I'm trying to focus on the glute medius muscle. So I'm trying to take away the peroneals and all the stuff in the lower legs. You want your shoulder and your hip and your knee to be in a line. And we call this a side plank because you look like a plank that has been turned on its side. Easy as that. When you push up onto your elbow, so let's go up. Now you want to try be in a straight line, and you generally want to feel this low down in your glute medius. You don't want to feel it up here in your lower back, then you might be compensating with your back muscles. I would recommend first just going up, feel is this painful, is this comfortable. If it's not painful, you can keep it there. You can do 5 seconds to 10 seconds depending on how strong you feel, and then you can work that up to do 10 sets. Once you can do that easily, you can move up with weight. You might just start with something like a 6 kg. So I've got my weight on my leg and I'm just resting the weight on the leg. I'm not keeping it up with my arm. I want the weight to be on my leg. So now I'm just going to lift up my body, and I then like to lift up the leg so that I'm also giving that top glute medius a nice workout. You can generally do about 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps on a side. Once you feel it's getting easier with the 6 kilogram, you can move up to an 8 and then to a 10 and to a 12 depending on how difficult you want it to be. I like to do this with a 12 kg. It gives me a good challenge, but it's not too difficult. So you must at least be able to reach between 6 to 12 reps to get a good muscle growth, and you want to feel like you're gonna fail around number 12 at least. If this is too easy for you, then you need to up your weight. Aim to get at least 6 good form reps. If you can get up to 12 good form reps, but you have to fail between 6 and 12 if you want to build muscle. If you don't want the muscle to really get bigger, then you can do more reps and you can take a lighter weight. So this exercise is great if you want to really see that line in your bum where the glute medius and the glute maximus would kind of split. You also try to relax your foot that's on the ground. You will need to try and relax that, because otherwise you're just pressing with the side of your leg. So you don't want to feel it here, you want to feel it in your bum. The side plank, very good for stability. If you start doing the side plank and you feel very shaky, do not take a weight, just do this, the isometric one. Do the one where you just hold it still for
10 seconds at a time and just get used to it. Once you stop with the shakiness, then you can start to add some weights. This glute medius exercise really was a game changer for me in my previous prep to change the form and the shape of my glutes, and I'm really looking forward to see how much more I can get out of this exercise this year. Your glute medius muscle starts on the iliac crest, and it's basically on the bone of your pelvis on the side. So its tendon actually runs all the way down to your knee, which is also called the ITB. If you've got a tight glute medius, you can be struggling with knee pain, especially that lateral knee pain on the side of your knee coming from your ITB band. Or you can maybe be struggling with lower back pain, because if your glute medius is tight, then most likely your lower back will have some sort of compensation. If you want to massage the glute medius muscle, you can either just start here on the rim of the bone and just press with your finger, feel until you feel like a very sharp pain. Then you can hold that spot and wait for that pain to go away before you move on again. So you can just do that across the whole muscle from the start of the bone to the end of the bone. If you're planning to roll out your glute medius, you need to put your bum, the side of your bum, onto the foam roller, cross your leg over the other leg, and then you're going to roll. So I'm rolling, as you can see, very high. This is like almost where my lower back is. That's where this bone ends. So you have to really go into the fibers, and then you need to roll all the way through the glute muscle. So if you feel there's a tender spot there, stop at that spot and just hold it until that pain goes away. Then you can move on again. So I'd say like 30 seconds of rolling it like this very nicely will be sufficient at a time. That's it from me for tonight. I hope you learned a lot about glute medius. That muscle can be a good friend if you take care of it, if you keep it loose and active. And if you don't take care of it, it can come and really give you a pain in the ass. Have a great workout.